What's good, y'all? Welcome back to our Washington Capitals franchise mode here on NHL 25, and we are here at the 2030 offseason. Yeah, that is right. We are already at the year 2030, and this is a big offseason for us. This isn't the offseason for us, which will be next year, as you guys will see here in a second. I'm sure you probably already know if you follow the series, but some important business to take care of, and it potentially could be bigger than you might expect. So. Now, I'll get into that in a second, but oh, this is the wrong screen. Let me go to my contracts. Now, as you guys know, if you've been following the series, next year is the offseason because next year's contracts include Shooting, Eiserman, Ryan Leonard, Ethan Belchet, Gavin McKenna, Joe Ginla, and that is it. But, I mean, my goodness, that is a lot of money to be paid out. Now, when you take a look at it, too, Shooting, unsure of what he's going to ask for. It should be a couple million around the same, even if it's like 14 or 15 million. It should be around the same. But Iserman, 70, 80 goal scorer. He's going to want a big increase from 5 million. Now, the good thing is he stayed at 90 overall, which is kind of odd, but it actually is a good thing because if he doesn't grow, he might not ask for as much as like Shooting, for example. So that could help us a little bit. Ryan Leonard's going to want more than 6 mil. He's going to want at least around 10 or 9. Let's see here. Belchet, he's still on his ELC, so he's gonna have a big increase. McKenna, he's making less than 3 mil right now, so he's gonna want a big increase. And we have Joe Ginla, who's also on an ELC, so that is going to be another big cap increase. And although we will get a bit of cap inflation next year, I mean, it's a lot of money to pay out. Right now we have $31 million in cap space, but it does say, like if I go to extend TJ Ginla, for example, we have about $22 million in extension money. So we do have to be aware of that. Now, TJ Ginla, at the moment, as you saw just right there, he is asking for over $12 million, which is a lot. Now, Ginla has been great for us. He has been on that first line with Eiserman and Shooting. He's been around a point per game guy for the last 2 years, and he's gotten better every year. But we know what we're getting with him. He's going to be around point per game. And as great as that is, if you're gonna be with two guys who put up 100 points, it's like I wonder why he's not getting like 90. And that's not like I'm not trying to critique him too much. I know he's been one of our better players, uh, but again, to this playoff season, 8 points in 17 games, only 4 goals is just not up to par. The year before, 5 points in 6 games is pretty solid. Obviously, had a lack of scoring in that playoff series from last year, I guess 2 years ago now. But yeah, last year's playoff performance did not help his case to be re-signed. Now, as I mentioned, we have a big off season next year, and I don't know if I want to give TJ Ginla this kind of money. And I was looking around the NHL. If we go to the player search here, and we're looking at a forward, of course, our defense is pretty much set. A lot of the top guys, they have no movement clauses, or these two might be on the list, but they're 34. McKenna Zars, obviously. And then past that, you get down to Stutzla. So there's only 2 guys at the top here, because Shooting Zars, of course. It's Jack Hughes and Connor Bedard. Now, I am not afraid to make a big splash if I feel like it'll be helpful for our team. Now, Jack Hughes does have an extension, and this extension does carry a no movement clause. I don't know if that means I can trade for him right now, like this at this draft, because he's still technically on that current year contract with no clause. I guess we'll find out here in a second. And obviously, there's Connor Bedard. Now, in no way would Chicago trading Connor Bedard be realistic, most likely. I mean, they just won a cup with him literally this year. So, realistically, it would not make any sense. And I think at like episode 1 of the series, I said I wanted to try to make it realistic. It's just not really possible in this game if you're trying to win. You just got to do what you got to do. And I'm not saying we're going to trade for Connor Bedard, and I'm not saying that is end-all be-all, because I kind of want to target Jack Hughes first. We did have Connor Bedard in that Chicago series, and like I said, it really doesn't make a lot of sense. And I think a playmaker on that line, like a separate playmaker with Shooting, could help as well. He does fit on that forward line at least 3 bars. Let's see Bedard here. Same for him. But we're getting Jack Hughes in the prime of his career. He's already extended. Now he is about $1 million more than Bedard, but he has an extra year on him. Actually, it might be two because Bedard will be 4 years after this offseason's done. He's six, so yeah, it'd be 2 more years. So with the rising cap and guys asking for more money, you could argue that's a better contract. But yeah, so obviously I brought up Aginla as like the main trade piece. Now Aginla for Jack Hughes straight up is not going to go through. Obviously. Can I see Aginla from this screen? I see way down here actually. Uh, where's Tej? Did I pass him? Oh wait, he might be considered. He's considered a center, isn't he? Yeah. So he's right here. Obviously, him and Hughes are a bit off. But I was thinking a guy that we could trade and it would make sense. I guess storyline wise, is his brother. Where is he at? How far down is he? Joe Aginla. There he is. Aginla. Now we have a problem that we have too many good forwards. Uh, Now, the two rookies we had this year were Iginla and Belchetz, and Belchetz crushed it in the postseason. And Iginla wasn't so hot. I mean, I'm not putting too high expectations. He actually wasn't bad for a third liner, 8 points in 17 games. I just don't have room for him. Going forward, that top six, I mean, I don't really even have room for Belchetz, really, but we're doing what we can. Um, but if we look at our contracts once more and we look at our forwards, Shooting and Arseman are definitely on that first line. Let's just say we kept Teej for now, excuse me, right? So it'd be these three. Then you got Leonard, Niemanen, and McKenna, just because he's franchise. I know he dropped, but we'd probably still be playing second line. Let's even say Belchitz is playing the second line. Then you got McKenna on third line, and I don't really want either of these guys on the third line. Now, regardless, one of them's probably going to play on the third line regardless. I just said regardless twice. And then you got McMichael, and then that's where Ginla is right now. And even him, it's like, do I really want to stunt these guys just because the team is too good? And then fourth line is just like our depth guys. But we just have too many forwards coming up. So at some point, we got to move on from some of them. And if I am going to be trading TJ Ginla, for Jack Hughes or Bedard, for example, I do need some more value. And obviously, Joe Ginla has some value being a medium elite. 84 overall, 21. Just got done with his rookie year. He was a former 13th overall pick. So, I mean, look at that shooting category. His power is all the way up there at 99. So he could be dangerous, but I really just don't have room for him. Now, next year is the big offseason. I'm really hoping I can lock up Iceman and Shudin. I think they're cornerstones to this franchise right now. We do have Quinn Hughes locked up. So, obviously, we have him until he's basically about to retire. And we're in win now mode right now. So, I got to do everything I can to put the best team on the ice. So we're gonna hop in this draft, and then we'll see what we can do with the trades. If I can make that move for Jack Hughes, I am gonna go for it. If not, then I guess we'll have to try Bedard. I mean, that would just be nuts. Not even like fair, but it, that's just the move. I mean, I don't want to pay TJ Ginla 12 million. I'd rather pay Bedard 10 or Jack Hughes 11. So, uh, yeah, the only thing is with Hughes is risky is that he has a no move. So if we trade for him, we got him. We cannot get rid of him. And if we're trying to sign Shudin and Iserman and we need money, we can't get rid of that contract. So there's risk and reward there, but I'm hoping everything can work out. I definitely number one priority is trying to sign Iserman and Shudin next year, but we aren't even the next offseason yet. So let's go ahead and hop into the draft. Now we do have actually, don't we have? Yeah, Calgary. We have the number 5 pick. So let's see if we got any scouting. I know we did that draft interview with the 5th pick here. Yeah, Caden Wallace. So he is a sniper, which we don't really need, to be honest. We really don't even need. Honestly, you know what? I didn't even think about that. We could use that pick as part of trade bait. I just thought about that. That actually would be perfect. So yeah, I think that would be a good idea. And I probably still want to trade the two Ginlas. If I'm going to trade Tej, I'll probably still package Joe, just so they can still be together. And like I said, I just don't have room for Joe Ginlas. So let's hop into the draft. Let me even see if I can trade for Jack Hughes since he has that no movement clause incoming. But yeah, so we have the top 5 here. Vegas up first. So let's go ahead and go to the New Jersey Devils. As you can see, some of these players on the block. I'm just kind of skimming through here. All right, New Jersey. Jack Hughes. Am I even... Like, let me just add Tej and see if it'll even... So they are interested in Tej Ginla. This does make him a little bit younger. He's only 23. Let's take a look at the Devils, though. I mean, they do have a good team. It's not going to make sense. I'll just be honest with you. It's really not going to make a lot of sense. But, I mean, with the value that they might get here, they might be tempted. So, it looks like I can go for Jack Hughes. And I think both the Ginlas for him is a good trade. And they do want Joe as well. So, I doubt they accept this 2-for-1, but we might as well try. So, it is going to be TJ Ginla and Joe Ginla. And actually, just to peek, does Chicago want either of these guys? They do want both. And I know Bedard is just insane value. You could argue we should go for him. We'd be over the maximum league salary cap. Oh, by like 700K, but okay. I mean, that wouldn't be a big worry, but I think Hughes is the guy to go for just because of our window, and I don't know. I feel like it'd be... I mean, it's already cheese enough that I wouldn't say cheating, but it just already doesn't make sense enough. I'm going for Jack Hughes. I feel like going for Bedard would just be unimaginably unreasonable, but if that's what it's got to do, if that is what we got to do, that's what we got to do. But I'm going to try TJ Ginla and Joe Ginla straight up for Jack Hughes. Let's see if they say yes, and non-surprisingly, no. Now, obviously, adding in that 5th pick, that is a lot of value. Let me try the 28th first. I highly doubt they take that. Yeah. All right, so it makes sense. We're getting one of the best players in the league overall-wise. So it's going to be both the Ginlas and the 5th overall pick for Jack Hughes. Let's see what New Jersey says. That is not what I wanted. Still no. Okay. Now let's add in the 28th pick. Yeah, see, it might not even be possible to trade for him, but yeah, we're still woefully insufficient, so this isn't looking good. I could throw in Dax and Rudolph. Now they have too many skaters. I'll take a chance. I doubt this goes through, but yeah, so it's not even going to be possible to trade for Jack Hughes. I mean, this is already ridiculous amount of value to trade, so I mean, we can knock on Chicago's door for Bedard. If we can't even trade for Jack Hughes, though, I don't see how we can trade for Connor Bedard, but that's not what I wanted. All right, Bedard, and now obviously we are over the salary cap just for like this expiring year. Is there anyone I can just give them? I mean, Panarin's pretty much... We don't have room for Panarin, so if they want to... Oh, no, they'll be over there. Okay, so it's got to be, like, a little bit in between here. Have we just sorting my contract? Yep. Oh, and looks like Vegas. I hate that they kicks me out of the screen. They pick Hoffman first overall, medium elite sniper. He's got all alone and relentless. 6'2", right-handed. Solid. He's pretty much solid all around. Yeah, only he's kind of a weird player. I don't know. He's decently fast, got a decent shot. He's just kind of well-rounded. So when he develops, he could be a really dangerous player there. So good pick from Vegas. No, at least it saved what I had. I don't know if it's ever done that before. And then I'll just add, like, I seen Trocheck was making like 2 mil just to dump him off real quick. Now it does suck that that takes up a spot. Or I guess we can try Bushiner. He was a little bit more value. And now what is it saying? Washington. What? No, we're not. Okay. We're not over the cap right now. Washington would be over the... No, we're not. What are you talking about? We're $2 million under. Why is it being like this? I mean, to get them to retain would just be impossible, but... I don't understand how we're over the cap when we weren't for Hughes. I guess he was $2 million cheaper for this year, but I really don't understand where they're getting this cap space from. Okay, Dostal then. There you go. Alright, obviously this is not going to go through. Why does that seem like they're not too far off? All right, I'll at least give them the fifth. I'll unquestionably give them the fifth pick for this. But I mean, they're not gonna accept that. Yeah. And the unfortunate thing about Dostal is he's taking up a spot. I'll try the 28th again. They're not gonna accept this. Yeah, now they're starting to hit me with the woefully insufficient. So I I mean, we'd have to start adding in like Belichets. You can argue it's worth it for Bedard, but we might. It might just be forcing our hand to sign a Ginla, unless we trade. I mean, I don't even. Who do you trade for at that point? I seen Stutzla was up there for trade value, but what is he making? He's making 9.5, and he does get up next year. That is interesting. Um, Obviously he's a pretty similar player to a Ginla, and he's older. The only thing is, a Ginla, he might not ask for 12 million. Honestly, with a Ginla, we might just do the method we did with McMichael, just sign him to a 1 year, just to be able to afford him for this year, and then next year is where we make our big decisions. Because we're gonna have a lot of money next year, but we have a ton of money to spend. So we might just get him for the year, compete this year. Hopefully, we win this year because if we're not able to sign everybody, this would be the year to win. And we go in, we don't trade again, we just trade different pieces. Panarin, I did do a sneak peek off camera. He's asked for like 11 million still, so he's pretty much priced his way out of here. So I might just see what I can trade for him. As the Lightning pick Naslin, a two-way forward center, no abilities, but yeah, good defensive category, good skater. Another well-rounded guy. A lot of the generated dudes have pretty similar archetypes, but all right. Now since none of that was gonna work, I'm kind of stuck on what I want to do with this fifth pick because I don't really need another prospect, right? Well, I don't need another NHL ready prospect, which is exactly what this would be, pretty much. Let me double check Caden Wallace. Yeah, he's NHL ready. So, I mean, you could argue in case we're not able to sign him, we need to rebuild. Maybe he could be a good guy, but I mean, at the same time, we have Joe Aginla already. We have Belchets. Aginla is Aginla a sniper or is he a playmaker? Let me go to Tej. What is he? Yeah, Tej is a sniper. So I don't know. Okay. I guess while I'm here, does Panarin? Oh, no, I'm not on the right screen. Since we're not gonna be able to resign Panarin regardless, can I just get like a pick or two from him maybe? Just take advantage of that value. Third round pick. High 9. Yeah, let's take a third rounder from. Let's go. I mean, let's give him to a West team so we don't have to deal with him. So it's looking like the LA Canes. Let me make sure this Tucker dude doesn't have an extension. I doubt he does, but. Where is he at? All the way fucking down here, Jesus. Yeah, he doesn't. All right. We'll just do this trade with LA, get a third round pick. We actually get our own third back, so maybe that'll help us with offer sheets if we need them. But yeah, so this year, obviously, we just had the two firsts. And then next year, we actually have two firsts, a second, a third, and then we kind of just rebuild from there, okay? I mean, do we just... I don't want to target a win-now player because we need the cap space. Well, we have $22 million. Let's say... Who's got 1 year? Well, let's just start by overall. Say Teach costs about 11 or 12. We'll just say 12. Matejchuk's extended, right? Yep. So is Bergfist. They're actually on really good contracts. Ginla, let's just say 12. So we've had 10 million left. McMichael's extended. Pinto, I don't know if I'll bring back, but Joseph, I did say I wanted to bring back at least for the year. He might be about 2 or 3 mil though, so about 15. Oh, yeah, and then the two bottom pair defensemen. That's going to be tough. I do have Dax and Rudolph, though, so if one of those defensemen doesn't accept the qualifying offer, Rudolph might get a shot. You could argue he deserves it regardless over Gill. And the Canes take Appleby. Isaiah Appleby, another two-way center. He's literally carbon copy of this dude. As you can see, literally his senses are the exact same. His skating is the exact same. His shooting is the exact same. It's literally a couple overalls different. He is literally a carbon copy. So there's that. Let me just see who Nashville takes. They do take Ferentz. Now the defensive prospect could have been nice. I mean, we do have a top four set though. So I'm gonna call timeout. Maybe we just take Wallace. Maybe we just have him. I don't think we could send him down though. I think he'd go right down to junior again. But because the fourth line, I kind of want penalty killers too. Now with Caden Wallace, if he is elite, now that's the big thing. He might not be elite. Would he have more trade value than this pick has right now? I think it would be about the same, but I also think he might. So let's just say, where's like a Ginla? Where does that value stack up to this? If I can even tell. Okay, I like how it doesn't show me which is which. Okay. It didn't even like show it like it was. Okay, yeah. There's no way to tell, is there? Okay. I might just pick Wallace, and we can use him as trade bait if we need it. But I don't want to. Let me see who's on the block. Let's take a look around just to see if any options. There's Kevin Fiala. He's not signed, but I don't. He doesn't have the value to trade the pick for. Wow, Stevenson is down to an 80. That contract's really good. Is there anybody out there that would be piquing our interest at all? Pretty much have to be a win-now player on a good contract. That's really all we're looking for. A bit more of a better player than McCann. Again, we could just use free agency if there's anybody out there. There is Cole Caulfield. He's making under $8 million. We'd be cutting it close. We might have to, if we can get them to retain, that would be amazing. Another sniper though. I think Suzuki's expiring, right? Yeah. Playmaker. Okay, so there's Cole Caulfield. We'll keep that in mind. Alright, he's pretty much the only one. So, Cole Caulfield versus the 5th pick. What does that look like? Which they do want. Caulfield might have a bit more value. Now, if I retain, let's just go half, like just a big example. Is the 5th pick worth Cole Caulfield for potentially a year? Honestly, if we're going to keep those guys, Now, Caulfield, he's definitely just playing third line, like straight up. We're not playing him anything above that. Because I'm either playing Belchets or McKenna on that second line with Neiman and Leonard. So, which Belchet's on that second line, that'd be 3 power forwards, I'm just realizing. You could argue we could move up Neiman, for example, to that first line because he has played really well. He is a 90 overall. And that would make it a power forward, playmaker, and sniper on that first line. Where does he... he's not the greatest fit. What is like a Belchet or a McKenna? McKenna, it's a little bit better. Could argue, I mean, he did have 64 points last year. He has a big breakout. And then Belchet, he's still, yeah, he only had 38 points last year, so. Kind of sucks that McKenna went back down to an 86. I think he'll boost back up though by the start of the next year, or by the end of it. Oops, sorry, just hit my desk. Let me make sure I have enough time here. How much time are we at? 4 minutes. Okay. So Cole Caulfield playing on the third line. He can be a guy that would play on the second line power play kind of thing. Maybe even first, depending on... No, he'd probably play second. You could argue we would be better off just playing the rookie on the third line. Or we could be better off... You know what? I'm thinking about it now. Although, you got to think of the half retained, though. Because I'm thinking of free agency, and we might have the money to sign somebody. Might not be good as Caulfield, but somebody decent. Honestly, though, I think... You know what I think we do? I think we draft Wallace. I'd pray he's medium elite. I think he would be. I think he's going to be medium elite. And then we see who's out there in the offseason. And if we don't see anybody, it's good value for Caulfield, then we try to make that swap or something similar. I just hope that he would still be on the block. So, and let me get one more peek at Wallace here. So, we know his NHL already. We don't have anything on his skills and weaknesses because we just did his personality. Guy Lafleur, comparison, he tore up the WHL. I think he's going to be elite. I really do. I mean, this dude... Okay. Oh, wait, this is Ellis, or Wallace. The only thing is, this guy is also NHL ready, and he's a medium top 6. And I literally don't have anything. This dude's 3 years out. Okay, like, these dudes we know aren't going to be... So if Wallace is top 6, we lose out on value for that pick no matter what. Now, typically in the auto-generated classes, the top 5 is all elite. I'm taking another timeout. And Caulfield at $4 million is really good. Now, there's no guarantee they accept that, but... Alright, I'm going to be really frisky here. I don't know if that's the right word. Really, I'm going to be a bit cheesy. So, I'm going to try to get Caulfield, but I'm not going to use the 5th pick. We're going to use that 28th pick and I don't know what else yet, but maybe like a prospect. Could be one of those defensemen that are on RFA. So, they still want the 28th pick. And then, do they want anybody that we can trade? And honestly, the guy I was thinking about was Gill, just because he hasn't really grown. He was a beast in the AHL. I remember that. Yeah, he had 62 points, but I mean, he's been solid. Let me look at Andronov's stats. He's just slightly better, although he could be more expensive. Who knows? I didn't check what they were asking for. Either way, I'm gonna offer sheet them, I think. Why is this? Is this still an ELC? Oh, it might still just be an ELC. Okay. This dude isn't growing either, and he basically has the same value. So let me just offer him up, for example. Okay, that's, I don't think that's enough value anyway for him. Gratham I want to keep because he's kind of our project. How about high top 9 Yakupov? So the 20th pick, Zacharias Yakupov for Caulfield, is that... Okay, they're not even close yet. Okay. That third, I think we literally just got back for Panarin. Will that help at all? No. A second? Okay, we're getting there. How about like a 4th? No. I'd be willing to do the 3rd too, but I don't know if I'd want to add much after that. So the 20th pick, Zacharias, 2nd and 3rd for Cole Caulfield, that half retention. Okay, so it's probably gonna have to be that 5th pick. I mean, we are getting guaranteed value for that. We're getting an 88 or 89, whatever he is, 89. got full set of abilities besides a zone. Do we bring Cole Caulfield to Washington is the question. This is tough. This is really tough. The only reason it would be a good trade for us over signing somebody is just because of the money. It gives us some freedom to sign a Ginla and anybody else that we'd want to add for depth. Although having somebody on an ELC, but then for agency, that's what we're looking at. All right, I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna pick Wallace. I just gotta pray he's medium elite. If he's not, then we fucked up already. But I'm gonna hope he's medium elite, and we could come back to that Caulfield deal. So we're gonna use this 5th pick, and we're gonna select from the Victoria Royals, Caden Wallace. After much deliberation, please be medium elite, and he is. Oh, he's an 82. Okay, all right. I think we did good. You're not wearing 19, buddy. I can tell you that. But he was a medium elite. He's still only 17, 82 overall. That was a great pick. Okay, I'm glad we did that. I'm actually really glad we did that. All right, let's sum up to the 28th pick. See if there's anybody that we can scoop up. Now, again, this is our only other pick, so if we need to reach, there is a potential high elite goalie that we could scoop. Let's see who else is out here. We could take a chance on Hay. 3 years out as a big boy, two-way forward. Or we can go with like a confirmed low elite, like a Ethan Stapleton, who's 3 years out at 18. That isn't bad. I would kind of want to see what Hay is. I feel like Hay might be top 6. That is not the right guy. I just have a feeling he might be medium top 6. And I think we would need a defensive prospect at this point over a forward. I could be wrong about him, but I'd rather take the sure thing in Stapleton. Obviously, medium elite is a lot better than low elite, but you could argue we can go for like the 66th pick around there. So 32. So it'd be like the end of the second, 64. Maybe I trade for like Winnipeg's pick. I just swap my second from next year, for example. They'll probably say yes to that, right? Yep. All right, so we'll do that. I mean, there's a chance this dude just medium top 6, but either way, swapping those seconds to get that guy is still a good trade for us. So we are going to go for, I think it's Johnny Hay with the 28th pick. Hopefully he's medium elite. And as I thought, he's top 6. Okay. Probably doesn't have that ability either. Yeah, so kind of a whatever. I mean, it's still good value. But and then hopefully Stapleton is still there. This Cogliano dude, low elite for Carolina, 64. Wow, good pick from Carolina. Probably better than ours. But hopefully Stapleton, he should be pretty good too. Let's go down right here. So yeah, Ethan Stapleton with the 59th pick, and he is 62 overall, so that's not bad. Right shot defenseman, two-way defender. It could be for part of the next wave for us. So pretty good draft for us. Two really good prospects, a solid prospect as well. It's just, did we make the right move? I know there was a lot of deliberation, a lot of trade offers, so I apologize for having to sit through that, but we had to do our due diligence at the very least. So now comes the important part of this, the re-sign stage. Now, obviously, we kind of fucked up, or I kind of fucked up by kind of trying to lowball a Gimla a little bit, and that kind of pissed him off. And now he's asking for more than he was originally. So, yeah, he still wants $12 million, which is just ridiculous. And see, we'd have to pay him, like, for a year, we'd have to, oh, God, we'd have to pay him a lot of money. Honestly, I might offer sheet him. That might be the move for right now. It's only for $7 million, too. We're going to do that for now. I think, and we can play the long game with him at the very least. I think that might actually be the smartest move. Caden Wallace, I think he has to be signed. 82. We can just send him down again if we need to, but might as well sign him early. And then he accepted that right away. So Andronov, how much does he want? It's not terrible. It's just a lot of money to pay him for a bottom pair. You're going to qualify him for now. Probably the same thing for wherever Gil is, because he's probably going to want. Yeah, and he wants 3 years, so we're just going to qualify both of those dudes. If Bouchard doesn't want anything, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely two-way. And we might need him as well, so I'll take that. Where is Manny Joseph? Because he played amazing in the regular season. I mean, I know he's 33, so I might drop a little bit. 32 points on that fourth line, which is amazing. Wow, he had 60 points a few years ago. That is insane. And then in the playoffs, he was. Well, I guess it only ended up being 5 and 17, but those 3 goals were all huge. I remember that, and +5. So I do want to re-sign him for the year if he's not asking for. Oh, now he went down. Okay. Um, can I get you at like 1.9? I'll get back to me. Okay, so that's fine. And then sign these guys like Entwistle for the AHL. Tucker, you can play in the AHL too if you'd like. Nope, you want a one-way, so you're not doing that. Dubé. Yeah, Trocheck really dropped off, so we're just gonna let him walk at this point. Trying to have just some guys playing the AHL. I know we don't really have that many young guys down there right now. Carbonell's probably one of them. And then these guys will stay on sign for now. Okay, so anybody else that we need to that I skipped over maybe? Pinto, how much does he want? How old is he now? 29. He only wants 2 mil, which isn't bad. We could probably get him at like 175 for 2 years. That actually would be good. He's an 84, so that's fine with me for some depth. If he accepts that. So let's go ahead and advance the day. Pinto accepts. Joseph accepts. That's good. Then we have our RFAs. Okay. So I have $20 million. And any of these guys, Stevenson can play in the AHL still. I know Vamelka's, yeah, he's 34. So he might drop. I mean, he's played good. But, I mean, it's just... Onefeld does want an extension. When he got in, I mean, he only had 2 games, but they weren't great. I mean, we could probably just find a backup in free agency if we need to. We'll have enough money. So I'll just leave that how it is for now. We'll just keep Vamelka. Yeah, and honestly, at this point, we're just going to play the long game with the Ginla. Now, if he gets offer sheeted, that's going to be the tough decision because... So how much does he want? $12 million? Yeah, he wants like 12.6. If we go over to compensation, that's got to be at least the first, second, and third at this point, right? 12.6 is this year's first 3-round picks. Yeah, so it's first, second, third for this year and a first for next year. Yeah, the 4 first-round picks is up to 14 million now. So that's pretty crazy. Makes sense though. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna send up to free agency. Let me just make sure we don't need to re-sign any coaches or anything. Assistant. This dude's actually really good. If I can re-sign him, that would be nice. Although he wants to be the head coach. But if I offer him the max I can, maybe he'll accept. Oh, we'll see there. And then scouts. I know we let go of a few last year, so I want to try to hang on to these guys now. And we'll look to see if we got any in free agency, I guess. I don't know why it's taking a minute to let me re-sign them. Come on. There we go. Alright, so we got most of the boring stuff out of the way. Now we can really see what we're looking at. So let me advance another day. A couple days here and just make sure. Yeah, he doesn't want to join as assistant. So I'll just auto-sign somebody. And then the scouts are going to sign. So we have a Ginland and the 2 defensemen in RFA right now. The 2 defensemen I'm not insanely worried about. They're pretty replaceable at this point. It's just a Ginla, obviously, that we have to keep an eye on. So let's see who is out here in free agency, though. All right. Wow. We went from terrible free agencies to something like this. Although Matthew Tkachuk wants $17 million, which is insane. You got guys like McTavish for forwards, Dobson and McAvoy, the top defensemen, Cousins, Suzuki. So there's definitely some good options out here. Definitely somebody we can fill in on the third line. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of guys out here. Wow, Vlasic's asking under $6 million for an 85. That's pretty good value for a defenseman. DFD. I don't really need. I just need bottom pair because I have Bergfist and Hudson for second pair, and Matejchuk and Hughes for the first pair. All right, let me look at forwards. So Tkachuk is out of the question. We just need. I mean, assuming we keep Iginla, right? Actually, let me see who the RFAs are. Ginla, Cooley, Matvey Michkov is out there. Leo Carlson. A lot of guys who are like rookies right now, or guys coming up in the system. How much is Ginla asking for right now? 12.8. Yeah. So it's gonna be the long game with him. He will start to drop an asking value if nobody offers him. I assume at least. So at least there's that. The only thing is I want to know how much I'm paying him before I sign somebody. Although a guy like Matt Boldy asking for under 8 million, we should be able to afford both. But I'd want to keep it around 5 or 6, maybe 7 if I can. So for the third line, I would have a two-way forward in McMichael, and then it'd be either Belchetz or McKenna. Most likely Belchetz, I want to say. And this is all assuming I'm keeping a Ginla. Ozzy Weissblatt as a two-way forward actually might be cool for the third line. Asking for under 7 mil. Last year he had 51 points. The year before he had 74. Where was he playing these years? Looks like first line, if not second. Says 4-line 2 for us. He's got some abilities too, which could help. Who else is out here? Ty Dellandre is also out here. He wants a little bit less than Weissblatt. He doesn't have any abilities. He can play center though, which is nice. So he could be a guy. Now, Weissblatt does have a bit more interest. There is also Ryan Green. Another guy who can play center. He had 54 points for the Rangers last year. Okay. And there's guys like Bunting, Stillman. These guys are really cheap. Chase Stillman. Oops, didn't want too many. Okay. Really don't know who I want to go for. I kind of like Weissblatt. I know he's not as versatile as some of these other guys, but just with the abilities might help with chemistry and all that. And it could provide some depth scoring. I know he's a two-way forward, but like I said, with those abilities, it might help us. And we got guys like McMichael, Pinto, who can play down the middle for the penalty kill. So, whoa, I didn't even see he wanted term though. Oh yeah, 1 year is gonna cost us at that point. Yeah, so maybe not Weissblatt. Is there any guys that like don't want a lot of term? Green wants 2 years. He can play center too. Ryan Green, let's see. Good face-offs. Like a 1 year for you. What does that look like? Oh, he doesn't even budge either. Okay. He does want to know trade clause. Can I mean, brings it down a bit. What if I give you like 6 mil for a year? Could just try that, and then that'll give us more than enough room to sign a Ginla. I could just try like 5-5 though. Well, what does he want? He wants 5-6-2-5. want to say, I mean, we'd probably have to give him 6 million just to be safe with no clause. And to give us about 14 million to sign a Ginla. And, well, we do have to get like a, gotta watch out for the defensemen and stuff. I think we can make it work though. So I'm gonna offer Ryan Green that. We do need another forward. Hopefully it doesn't fuck things up, but I don't think it will. And then let me take a peek at scouts. At that point, we just got to sim to see where Ginla's gonna go there. See what's gonna happen with him. We got a Russian scout, USA. I don't know if we need Nordic, but we'll get one, because that's the last like decent scout for amateur. And I'll just let the AI handle the assistant coach. All right, so no, this is a lot of boring stuff right now, but just stuff we got to take care of. And I guess the exciting part right now is seeing what's gonna happen with the Ginla. So let's sim a couple weeks, see if we can see if Green signs. Scout says yes. I decided to accept your offer. Yep. Okay, so Green does sign. Now, where does that leave us with cap space at the moment? All right, Scouts. That should leave us with around 14 at least. Sometimes it gives you a little boost. Like, we might have 15. Yeah, we do have 15 and a half about. Okay, so let me count our forwards now. So we got to take an account for a Ginla. So it'd be 1, 2, 3 first line. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Oh, yeah, that does push a Ginla down. Shit, I forgot about that. So I guess we didn't need to go for Green, necessarily. But, I mean, expensive fourth liner, I guess. That's not the worst thing. Pinto Joseph. That's it. Oh, we have Wallace. Shit. Oh, I thought we needed a forward. I'm a dumbass. Okay. Well, I guess we wait till Ginla signs, and if he does, then probably just flip not Wallace, Green. That's my bad on that. I forgot that we drafted somebody, and we still have the other Ginla because we didn't trade him. What's his value, for example? Oh, I guess we'd have to manually. That's fine. All right, we do have to see if Ginla's even going to sign, though. I guess that's not the worst. That's kind of a safety net signing for us, as what we'll look at it right now. Ginla, yeah, see, he's down to 10 already, and we're only 2 weeks in. So that's good. I kind of just hope he signs the RFA sheet a year for 7 million. All right, so let's sim to the 1st of August. Oh, I didn't even see we were that far in. Okay, actually, let me stop the sim. See where he's at now. Still around 10. Okay. Well, let's keep an eye on him. So now let's actually get to August 1st. See if anyone offer sheets him as well. I mean, he's only, what, like 23, so wouldn't be a bad offer sheet for a team. See if he's gone down. Yeah. Oh, wow. He's already down to $7 million. So he's kind of tucked his tail between his leg at this point. 2 years at 8. Yeah, so I mean, he's still going to ask for a lot, obviously, but we only want him for the year regardless. I could probably just sign him for, like, well, he might not accept, like, 8 mil for a year. I mean, as long as we get him for the year, I guess it doesn't matter. And at this point, like, $7 million offer sheet, what is that? Just so we don't have to force an offer sheet. That is first and third, and honestly, that's not worth it for him. So I think we'll just kind of try to sign him now. Now that we played the long game. So I'll just give him, like, try 8.5. We'll still kind of stick it to him for making me do this, I guess. I don't know. Let's advance a few days, see if he accepts that. Decide to accept your offer. There we go. All right, so now we officially have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, we don't need Green at all. Which was my bad, but I guess as cheap as it is, we'll get some value back for him. Maybe I'll just trade him for a 7th. Is there any trades that I... Yeah, no one wants to trade. I'm not going to get a first out of this. Centers, green. Who wants him in the West? Calgary, they don't have room, really. Dallas also doesn't have room. I just want someone who can afford him straight up. Minnesota, they have a lot of room. Literally, just give me a 7th. I cheesed that, didn't need him. Go ahead. There you go. All right, so we are pretty much set up. We just need defensemen. Now, honestly, we do have Rudolph, Buchner, Zacharias might jump up. So I might just wait till the start of the season. Goaltenders, we do just have Vimelka. I might just sign another goalie real quick. If there is any decent ones out there. We have $12 million. So yeah, we could make a big splash at the deadline this year. We have a lot of money to work with. We do have Carl Lindbaum, who's an 84. He was an excellent backup last year, so I think we'll give him a shot. 1 year's at 1.5 is good. Shout out to Tristan Lennox, former Saginaw Spirit. Let me pick him up just for my sake. And he wants a two-way anyway, so perfect. And he accepts immediately. Thank you. All right. Yeah, I think we're good to send to the season. So let's get to the start of the season now that we got all the boring stuff out of the way. And, oh, wow, okay, Gil did accept his qualifying offer. Andronov is still holding out, but we might not even need him, to be honest. And as I say that, he accepts. So, all right, we got our guys good. And let's see what these lines are going to be looking like for this year. See if we got any growth out of anybody through the offseason. Hopefully McKenna jump back up. Yeah, he didn't. Okay, and Belchez is up to an 88. Fisherless says the second liners, McKenna third. Okay, I mean, I don't want to stunt his growth, though. He's going to have less points than 64, I can tell you that. Wow, again, let's up to an 86. Okay. That line is nasty, though. And then the fourth line. Yeah, this team is ridiculous. Should we try Ginlat center this year? I mean, he's only got 3 less faceoffs at this point. I'll just stick with what's worked for us, though. Yeah, Leonard's up to a 90, or it might have stayed the same. Defensively, look at Hudson, all those abilities now. Yeah, wow, Rudolph jumped up to an 83, so he's going to get playing time. Andronov also at an 83, so if the chemistry isn't completely fucked, we might go those two. DFD and OFD, it shouldn't be bad, yep. So we'll probably go those two. And yeah, we are just, I mean, this team is stacked right now. Dagan, Lindbaum, in net. Did Vimelka drop? He's still an 82. So if we need him, we can call him up. And then these guys down here, we have Luke Misa, Dubé. I mean, nothing special. It's just what we got at this point. Defensively, yeah, Zacharias still only a 79. I'm not too worried about the AHL team right now. At the very least, they'll have good goaltenders. All right, so team's looking relatively the same. We've got some growth. I really don't like McKenna on the third line, but it might be what we have to do right now. I mean, just based on, although he did play really well. It's just that Belchess is forcing our hand with his development. And that playoff performance last year, I mean, he was a beast. So the 3 power forward second line might have to give it a shot. Yeah, I mean, that might be where we're at. All right, power play. We want that. Shooting. Maybe I'll give McKenna first line power play again. And that'll make up for some of his ice time, I guess. Who do I want down here? Well, I know I want Iserman on the first pair, or the first line. Niemanen over to Iserman. And then shooting. Play center. They do like Ryan Leonard right there. He's got good face-offs. That could help us. Honestly, let's try Leonard on that first line. And then Niemanen. He hasn't earned it. But like I said, I kind of want to put McKenna up there. Yeah. No, 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 no. Wow, I just completely fucked all that up. Let me put him back. McKenna. Put right there. All right. Honestly, I'll just worry about these lines off camera. And then at the beginning of the next episode, you guys will see what I just decide on. So, kind of just taking care of business in this episode. I tried to make a big move, it just wasn't there. Leadership is going to be the same. Wallace, you are not wearing number 19. I can tell you that right now. You can wear number 18, though. How about that? Nobody's wearing 8, right? Nobody's touching number 8. Nope. All right. Um, yeah, or 74 70, because those two are probably going to be retired. 74 70. I don't see anybody, though. Nope. So there is that. All right. Like I said, I'll take care of the lines off camera. I'll show you guys what I decide on because I'm kind of indecisive right now of what I want to do anyway. So, but appreciate you guys checking out this one. The next one we'll get to some more exciting stuff. We'll get the season sim underway. Hopefully we can have another great regular season, obviously. But main thing is just playoff success. Cup or bust this year, once again. And oh, actually, before we end the episode, this could be the big part of the episode right here. Let's take a look at our extensions because this is where big things. So, good news. Iserman wants an extension. Leonard wants an extension. Belchets wants an extension. McKenna, again, like pretty much everybody except for our top guy, of course, Sven Shooting. Now, how much is he asking for right now? Oh, okay. He does get cheaper 8 years by 2 million. Yeah. He wants a bag. He wants a fucking bag. But even if we go up to 16 4 to 8 years, we're still gonna have to pay him a lot, huh? Well, maybe not as much as you'd think. Okay. Okay, he's not really going down. This is good. Is it just like glitched, or can I literally just go down? Okay, now he's not liking that. Okay, we might be able to do that. We might be able to do something like that, or maybe like more like that. Something around there though, which is only 500k more than Hughes. Now the big one I'm questioning: what does Cole Iserman want? Okay, I mean that's fair. Um, 12 mil at 8 years. How much does that? How much is he sensitive on that though? Yeah, Iserman we can get for a fucking steal. Oh, look at this. We might be able to get Iceman at 8 years, 11 million. Honestly, I'm offering that immediately. That is insane. Um, and honestly, 14 and a half for Shudin. I'm going to offer that right now, too, I think. I'm going the wrong way. No clauses for either of them as well, which is, I mean, we could, honestly, if I put a no movement clause, right? Can I get him for even cheaper then? I mean, I can get him for like 13 maybe. Although the flexibility would be nice. Not that I would have, I mean, I guess you never know what could happen. But I'm willing to pay an extra 1.5 million just to not have that for the whole thing. That's a bit more. Anyway. I mean, I could offer that right now. 14.5 million. So that would be 11. So that'd be 25 mil. So we would have 25 million out of, what is that, 18 left then? No. Yeah, $18 million. Wow, I just realized how much money we don't have. Because, okay, Leonard for a year wants 8 mil. Yeah, this is gonna get tough. We have too many players up, so we're gonna have to make some decisions. I'm still happy with the wow. Belchets is really cheap for a year. Okay, that's cool. All right, yeah, but that'll be the other stuff I'll look in for next episode. But yeah, So be sure to tune in for next episode for those extensions. Appreciate you guys checking out this one, though. And as always, you guys take care.